Hey everyone, this is the first time going live on my page. So needless to say, I am like super nervous right now. So when you hop on, just let me know when you get on here, who's on here. Give me some hearts, some likes, some support because I'm shaking. I go live in my videos all the time, in my health and fitness challenge groups, but I've never gone live on my public page before. So yes, it was World Mental Health Day, so I thought we have something really important that we want to come on. We have Kayla, my coach. I have a special guest today, but yesterday was World Mental Health Day, and it was crazy. If anybody knows me, if you've been in any of my health and fitness challenge groups, you'll know that I'm a real geek facts geek, and I like science and all of that, and I like show me the statistics. And so there are over 300 million people in this world that suffer from depression, and there's over 260 million people in this world that suffer with some sort of anxiety disorder. So I remember last year, every week I would do a share your story Sunday coach spotlight, and I would always share a story of a coach on my team, and I would attach a picture, and it would be their before and after pictures. And it was always, like a weight loss transformation. And all of the comments that we would always get on them was, oh my God, you look so good and you lost all this weight. But I don't feel that anybody actually read their story to see how else that their lives improved because of their health and fitness transformation. And I feel that a lot of times transformations don't always come in a weight loss effect, and they can't always be seen with an eye. So I definitely encourage everybody. I have the featured album on my page. It's called Team Transformations and Coach Stories, if you ever do want to go and look through any of them and read their stories. But about 3 months ago, I was blessed with an incredible woman in my life, and her name is Kayla, and she just hopped on, and she entered my life about 3 months ago, and she is a coach on my team, and she has an incredible story, and she just inspires me to want to talk more about and be open about what people have to deal with and how we overcome them. And every time we run a health and fitness challenge group, she comes on and she tells her story, and there's always somebody in that group that comments that resonates with what she says, and she impacts them in a way that only she can, because it's her story. So instead of making a post and a highlight about Kayla, there's no words that I could ever, ever put in a post to really capture her story. So if you're hopping on, I just want you to drop a 1 below if you've ever suffered from any sort of depression. Give me a 2 if you've ever suffered from any sort of anxiety disorder. And whoever is on right now, if you could just please let me know, comment below if you actually see Kayla on here before she gets started in telling her story, so that we know that you can hear us okay, because sometimes Wi-Fi and live feeds get a little messed up. So if you can see us, hear us, let us know before we get into it. So Kayla, I just really want to I appreciate you so much for helping me break out of my shell and going live on my own page, because if you can believe it or not, this is the first time I've ever done it, and it's really scary and nerve-wracking. So thank you for helping me jump out of my comfort zone.
Accomplishments every day. It's what I love.
Exactly. So, Kayla, I would love for you to, I want you to tell your story about where you were before and how you got involved, and what is it, where it's led you up to till today.
So, I guess it started for me when I was a teenager, and I thought it was normal teenage angst. I just thought it was something, everyone went all the way up through my adult life. I just turned 34 in September. So from the time I was about 15 until I was about 33 and a half, I suffered with mental illness that I didn't really know I didn't know what was going on. and I got diagnosed 6 months ago with borderline PTSD, anxiety, um, and my bipolar comes with some, manic tendencies. So I had gotten the help I needed. I was in therapy. I'm medicated. I'm on medication, but I still felt like something was missing. I was still like I had trouble getting up off the couch every day, and and I have a 7-year-old stepdaughter that I need to help take care of. And it just got to the point where I wasn't doing anything. My fiance owns his own business and he works so hard, and he would come home and he from a hard days of, work, and he would still do the laundry, still cook, still take care of my stepdaughter, do the dishes, and I wasn't contributing at all because I was still just so depressed I couldn't get off the couch. And one day, because I was literally always on my iPad, I was always on Facebook. I guess I accidentally, I will say, clicked that I was interested in something without really knowing what it was. And then about a day later, I get this extremely sweet message from a very lovely lady named Nadine. And she was like, "Oh, hey, I saw that you were interested. Come set up a free Beachbody account." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, sure." I did it. And then I was like, okay, she'll probably forget about me. I'm never going to hear from her again. And I'm never going to have to do whatever it was that I said I was interested in. But then, like, I started seeing the notifications in the group. And before the group actually started, and my fiance was like, "What are you looking at? What are you reading?" And I was like, "Oh, it's just something." And he was like, "You should do it." And I'm like, "Yeah, I might, do a little. Let's see how I, do. I haven't worked out since I was like, God knows, since I was in high school." So I did it. I literally just dove in from day one. And as the days went on, I found I was waking up before my fiance's alarm clock was going off. And that's at 6:15 in the morning. I was up before him, completely attached to my iPad, waiting for Nadine to post the next challenge in our group. And I just loved it. And so I decided
So
to
what group did you start in actually?
did the beach booty squat challenge.
Oh, the booty camp.
Booty camp. So, and let me tell you, my fiance was laughing at me so hard the day we did the potty squats because he was like, "Honey, you've gone to the bathroom like 100 times. You've probably done 200 squats. I think that's enough." And I was like, "Okay." But anyway, so I dove into another challenge after that, and Nadine was like, "Hey, I think you'd be a great coach." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? A coach?" So I became a Beachbody coach because for me, Beachbody gave me, and Nadine is a huge part of this because of her spirit and who she was and how supportive she's been with me. I found myself, I was like, I'm getting off the couch every day. I'm doing a workout every day. I'm drinking a shake every day. I feel amazing. And it wasn't until about 3 weeks into it, my fiance was like, "What has gotten into you? Like, he was like, you're almost a completely different person." And I just found that with working out, especially working out for me, like if I'm having a bad day or if I get upset about something, I'll go do a workout now and I feel like, okay, I have my energy back. And so it's really helped in my treatment with my bipolar. And now I've talked to my doctors about it. My doctor is in love with the Shakeology because she has researched the ingredients in Shakeology. And she's like, "Do you know that there's antidepressants in your shakes? Do you know that there's plant stuff that is used for antidepressants in your shakes?" And I'm like, "No." She's like, "Did you know there's stuff for anxiety?" I was like, "No." And she goes, "You do realize that there's also stuff in there that's going to help with your nightmares from your PTSD, right?" And I was like, "No." And so she's like, "I don't know how you found this, but it's a miracle. Like, it's amazing." And talking with my therapist about it too, something that helps people in mental illness is having a very structured lifestyle. And I had gotten away from that. And I literally had no structure in my life. And so when I found Beachbody, it added that structure back to my life. And so now I am a coach and I go live in all of our challenges. I do the Kooky Kayla challenges for those that have been in our groups. And yes, I now have a personalized Cookie Kayla shake, which I'm so proud of. And, and I do the DJs because music for me also helps. That's something that my therapist taught me too, was positive. So you'll see me, post positive songs and stuff, but I'm getting off the couch. I am living my life again. I am no longer in chains to this thing that I didn't ask for. And
Yep.
that is that a lot of people don't understand. You don't ask to be this way. If I could be what is, I don't know what normal is anymore, but normal and not suffer from these extreme highs and lows, I wouldn't be, I wouldn't choose to be this. So
Right.
you have to learn to live with it, and you have to learn to find ways for yourself because everybody is different. And for me, this is what has helped me. Beachbody working.
And one thing I wanted to mention too is, so I also wanted to make a point too that, through health and fitness, it's not just drinking a shake and doing a workout. It also is that community, that private group page. And I would love for you to touch upon, how it was for you, like, about when you went to Texas. So not everybody knows, Kayla is originally from Texas, and her mom was devastated from the hurricane down there. So I definitely want you to maybe talk about a little bit of how being able to still be a part of the groups helped you, and then also, what happened when you like got home, and how you were dealing with that and all of that, and how your fitness played a role in you know the aftermath of you coming home.
So, my mom got about 7.5 feet water in her home. And it was devastating for me because I live in Rhode Island and she's still in Texas. So literally about, I guess I've been back for about 2 weeks, but I went down there for about 8 days to help my mom out. But I was also still in a group, and I was having a really hard time because my family wasn't as supportive about my Beachbody as I would have hoped them to be. And I was having some hard days, but I would get on our challenge groups, and these ladies were so supportive. And they were like, Kayla, you rock. And so we had to demo my mom's bathroom. And like, we're doing all the takedown of her house by ourselves instead of paying somebody to do it. It was me, my mother, and my female cousin, just those three women demoing her bathroom. And we took a sledgehammer to her tile, and that was my workout for that day. And I posted it to the ladies because we did a little video of each of us doing the sledgehammer to the tile. But the support from them wasn't what I needed. And I realized instead of turning to my family, I could turn to this amazing group of ladies that I was associated with, and they would build me up. Like, it is so amazing, these groups of ladies. And we are strangers, not just from across the country, but from across the world. We have ladies in the UK in our groups, which is awesome. And so for me, these groups are so important, not just for your workouts and to keep you on your shakes, but for your mental health, and especially for my mental health. Because when I got back from Texas too, I was depressed. I spent a week and a half in bed up until just this past Monday or Tuesday, yesterday. I allowed myself to get my butt back up and get back into my normal routine. But the stresses of being there and seeing the devastation, I think, is what really caught me off guard. And I kind of sank back into that depression, and I allowed myself to be depressed. But then I was like, okay, it's time to do it. But the days that I was depressed, again, still in a challenge group, another one, and I would literally be almost in tears because I wanted to get off the couch and I couldn't. And I would get a notification, and it would be some accomplishment that a lady had done, or she had eaten well. And I was like, and for a few short minutes, I was like not depressed anymore. Like, in the accomplishment and the support of these ladies and these groups, and just the people that we meet and come across through the coaching, it not only helps them, but it helps us as coaches. I mean, I'm a human being. I still have struggles. I mean, just because I'm I don't even like saying that I'm a coach, because that implies that I sit there next to people and help them work out, and that's not what I am.
We're motivators. We're cheerleaders.
cheerleader. Yeah, I'm a cheerleader for people, and that's what I get out of this. That is what makes Beachbody and these challenge groups and these coaches that come into people's lives so important and has become so important to me. And it's almost like my passion now. And I went live yesterday in a drug addict recovery group because that is what people need to hear these stories that, everyone struggles. But when you find support, you need to latch on to that. And that is what I found in Beachbody and these coaches. And it has been amazing and it has been life changing for me. And I smile. I mean, even on my bad days, Nadine is so cute. I love you to death because she'll post something goofy in our challenges, and it just makes me laugh out loud. And my husband and my fiance, soon to be husband, will come into the room. What are you laughing at? I'm like, oh, look at, turn my phone. Look at what Nadine posted. He's like, you girls are just crazy. So I love it, and I get to meet you in person in a few days, and I'm so
Yep,
excited.
I'm really looking forward to meeting you, and I just think your story is so important because I just want like people to get that message that like health and fitness is so much more than like fitting into a pair of smaller size jeans. Like sure, that's like a byproduct of like working out and eating healthy and drinking a superfood shake, but the other benefits like emotional and mental well-being like trump that like to the 10th power. Like to me that's so much more important. Like for me, that's why I personally work out. I work out for my mood and my mental health, not to like look good in a bathing suit. So I just think that your story is so powerful, and it's like if you're watching this, like I probably messaged you to join a challenge group, and it's like, you know, having you come in my life pushes me to get outside my comfort zone and literally ask every single person that I come in contact with, because all the no's that I get are eventually going to get to a yes like you. And for me, all of that work and that struggle and trying to inspire people to get on a health and fitness journey is totally worth it to me. And I cannot wait to meet you on Saturday.
Excited, and it's so important that people understand that there's a bond, with Beachbody and the coaches. We don't just, it's not like Nadine just was like, okay, here, you're a coach, do this on your own. No, like literally, I don't think a day has gone by that Nadine and I have not spoken since I even just started as a participant. And it's like that with the other women in the group too. Like, some of these ladies in these challenges, they'll end up friend requesting me, or they'll friend request Nadine, and they become friends. And, there's a few of them that I've seen that they've had rough days, and so I'll message them privately and be like, hey, girl, you okay? Because that's what I feel like. Just because we're not in a challenge group this week together doesn't mean that I'm not still going to reach out to you. Like, I'm still going to be there for people. And that's what I feel like we do as coaches, and that's what I love about what we do, is because we stay connected even after the challenges are over, you know because we care about the people and the lives that we come into contact with,
Yeah.
and I think so important, and to have that support and to know that there's this type of support on Facebook of all places is
Yeah.
really because
Oh,
when
in
everyone
close,
says,
yeah.
yeah,
So in closing, so if you have, because I have a lot of friends on Facebook, like, so for anybody of my friends that are suffering with any sort of like anxiety, depression, can't get off the couch, like that spot that like you were in, if you have like any advice or sort of like words of encouragement of just how to sort of like maybe inspire them to like get out of their own way, I guess, is for a lack of a better word. Like, how would they get started? Like, just what do you have
just
for words of?
take a chance, take a leap. That's what I did. It was blind chance that I did one of these groups, and I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the posting that I saw beforehand, but something just was like, you know what, it's time. You have to be ready to want to get off the couch, and you have to really be ready to make that change, but don't hold back, because you can be missing out on your life. Don't say no right now, just say maybe, is what I like to say, because otherwise you might miss out on something that could truly change your life. And do you want to be stuck on that couch forever? Is that what you plan to do with your life? Or do you want something more for your life? If you want something more from your life, then get up off that couch. Don't say no. If you can't say yes, say maybe. And do it. Just do it. Just I can't even it's a what is that? The Nike logo, just do it. But
Yep.
it's what I have to say. Just do it. Get your butts off the couch because for me too, life is really short. We aren't promised tomorrow, and I don't want to spend my life on the couch anymore. So, get up off the couch and do something. And we get so silly and so stupid in these groups. Like, I don't want you guys to think that these are like very strict, groups that we do either. We have a lot of fun. We make lifelong friends. And I think that that is so important. So just take that chance. Don't say no. Say maybe, or say I'm gonna do it for me. Do it
Yep.
for do this for me.
So, Kayla, I just want to thank you for helping me pop my live Facebook cherry. This was really big for me to do, but I really feel like it's important for people to see that health and fitness can be beneficial towards your mental health. And to me, that is what is most important for myself and to help other people. So I want to thank you so much for coming on with me, and I cannot wait to see you on Saturday.
Yay, I love you, girl.
All right, have a great night. Bye, friends.
Bye, everybody.